Hey you guys, so we are going to be making stuffed salmon and some Rasta pasta today. This is one of my favorite ways to make my salmon, so let's get into it. Now I start with a whole salmon fillet. I was cooking for about 4 to 5 people this day. So I just bought a whole fillet from Walmart, and now I'm just gonna take off the skin because none of us like the skin. I made like a little incision and then I held on to the base of the skin and I just dragged the knife straight down and I cut it up into four. And then I drizzled some olive oil on top of that as a binder for my seasonings. Rub the olive oil in. And now for my seasonings, I'm gonna put them down in the description below. I just usually make like a mix for whatever I'm doing. I make sure that I cover those up all the way in the seasonings. With my seasonings, I don't like to use salt in them because I usually use like a complete seasoning of some sort. Now for my stuffing for the salmon, it was just 1 pack of the frozen spinach, 8 ounces of cream cheese, and then some Parmesan cheese. I mixed that up with my hands and then it's gonna look like that. I cut an incision inside of my salmon here. I'm just looking for the thickest side, basically. I don't know if that makes sense, but I choose the thickest side and then I make a nice incision, making sure that I'm not going too far into the back and too far over to the side, because you don't want to go too far into that thin side right there, because once you're stuffing it, it's gonna rip. Now I use about I want to say like a teaspoon or two of stuffing. You don't want to overstuff it, because once it starts to cook inside of the oven, it's gonna start to pop out. So I put those into my cast iron skillet and then I add it into the oven at 375 degrees for about 20 minutes or so. Now I took my pasta, I added that to the pan, and I added 3 tablespoons of butter, 4 minced cloves of garlic. Give that a nice mix, making sure that the pot is not too hot so that that garlic does not brown too fast. I added in 1 more tablespoon of butter, which made it 4 tablespoons. Now I added in my veggies. I used 3 bell peppers, 1 red onion, and then I had about 2 little sticks of thyme in there. Give that a nice mix so that they can sweat and get soft. I'm gonna cover that with my lid while it's starting to get soft. And now they were nice and soft, so I added in 1 quart of heavy cream. I believe it was a quart. Yes, it was a quart. I added in 1 quart of heavy cream to that. I took my pasta off when they were al dente and I started to rinse them off to stop the cooking process. Now my sauce is coming up to a boil. I'm gonna add in my Parmesan cheese. I use 1 bag, the smaller bags that you get from like Publix. And I added in my seasoning blend. The same seasoning blend that I used on top of my fish was what I used inside of my sauce. And I also added about 1 teaspoon of whole bay to that. Now I'm going in here with some dry parsley. You can use fresh parsley as well if you guys would like. I used about 1 teaspoon as well. And I'm just gonna let that cook until it's soft. Now with my salmon, after it was finished on the 375, I broiled it for about 5 minutes on high inside of the oven as well, and this was the finished product. I'm just brushing it here with some butter, and now I'm adding in my pasta to that nice creamy delicious sauce. And I just take some tongs and I just mix it up really nicely, making sure that everything is nice and coated. Now it's gonna look like this once all of my pasta was added. And you guys, this is one of my boyfriend's favorite dishes. Funny thing is, he's lactose intolerant, but he would risk it all for this dish right here. I just toasted some lemons just for like some really pretty plating for TikTok. You know, you don't have to do it. You could just top it with a slice of lemon if you want to, or no lemon at all if you don't want to. But now I'm just adding my stuff to the plate right here. Plated up really nicely, took that lemon, rested it right on top, and I just added some parsley, you know, give it a little razzle dazzle, sazzle sazzle, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, but I hope you guys love this recipe right here. Like I said, it's one of my boyfriend's favorite recipes, so I hope you guys enjoy. Like, subscribe, follow for more, you guys, and we hope to see you guys soon.